August 6, 1945. The world had just witnessed the first atomic bomb used in warfare. The explosion devastated the city of Hiroshima, instantly killing an estimated 80,000 people. 3 days later, another bomb was dropped on Nagasaki, killing an estimated 40,000 people. These two events marked the end of World War II, but they also marked the beginning of the nuclear age. But how did it all start? To understand the development of the atomic bomb, we need to go back in time to the early 20th century. In 1905, Albert Einstein published his theory of special relativity, which introduced the world to the famous equation E equals mc2. This equation showed that mass and energy were equivalent and could be converted into each other. Einstein's equation sparked a flurry of research into the nature of the atom and the possibility of harnessing its power. In the 1930s, a team of scientists in Berlin led by Otto Hahn and Fritz Strassmann discovered that uranium atoms could be split into smaller atoms, releasing a tremendous amount of energy. This process, called fission, was the key to unlocking the power of the atom. As World War II loomed, many scientists began to fear that Nazi Germany would develop an atomic bomb and use it to dominate the world. In 1939, several prominent physicists, including Einstein, wrote a letter to President Franklin Roosevelt urging him to fund research into atomic energy. Roosevelt responded by creating the Manhattan Project, a top-secret effort to develop an atomic bomb before the Germans could. The project was led by General Leslie Groves and the physicist Robert Oppenheimer, who assembled a team of the best and brightest scientists from around the world. The Manhattan Project was a monumental undertaking, with thousands of workers and billions of dollars devoted to the cause. The scientists faced countless technical challenges as they tried to build a device that could control the explosive power of the atom. Despite the difficulties, the project progressed rapidly. In 1942, the team successfully carried out the first nuclear chain reaction using a device called a pile at the University of Chicago. This breakthrough demonstrated that a self-sustaining nuclear reaction was possible and paved the way for the development of an atomic bomb. As the Manhattan Project expanded, it became one of the most ambitious scientific undertakings in history. Thousands of people, including some of the world's most brilliant scientists, engineers, and mathematicians, worked tirelessly to design and build the world's first atomic bombs. At sites like Oak Ridge, Tennessee, and Hanford, workers toiled around the clock to produce the vast quantities of enriched uranium and plutonium necessary to fuel the bombs. The effort was shrouded in secrecy, with many workers not even aware of the nature of the work they were doing. Meanwhile, the scientists involved in the project faced immense challenges. They had to overcome numerous technical hurdles to develop a reliable method for detonating an atomic bomb, all while racing against the clock to beat the Germans to the punch. The discovery of E equals mc2, which described the relationship between mass and energy, was a key breakthrough in their efforts to harness the destructive power of the atom. Finally, after years of hard work, the moment of truth arrived. On July 16, 1945, a team of scientists led by J. Robert Oppenheimer gathered in the desert outside Alamogordo, New Mexico, to witness the first test of an atomic bomb. The bomb, nicknamed Trinity, was detonated in a blinding flash of light that could be seen for miles around. The success of the test was a pivotal moment in world history. It demonstrated that the power of the atom could be harnessed for both peaceful and destructive purposes, and paved the way for the use of atomic bombs against Japan just weeks later. The decision to drop the bombs remains one of the most controversial in history, but it cannot be denied that it brought a swift end to World War II and forever changed the course of human history. As the world grappled with the aftermath of the bombings, a new era of international relations began. The United States and the Soviet Union emerged as superpowers, locked in a tense and dangerous rivalry that would define the rest of the 20th century. The threat of nuclear war loomed large over the decades that followed, as both sides amassed vast arsenals of weapons of mass destruction. The Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962 brought the world to the brink of disaster, as the two superpowers faced off over Soviet missile installations in Cuba. Although the Cold War eventually ended in 1991 with the collapse of the Soviet Union, the specter of nuclear annihilation remains a very real and present danger. In 2023, tensions between the United States and Russia have once again reached a fever pitch, with both sides engaging in a dangerous game of brinkmanship. The legacy of the Manhattan Project, for better or for worse, is still with us today, a reminder of the incredible power of human ingenuity and the terrible consequences of its misuse. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. And if you have any thoughts or questions, please leave them in the comments below.